1, 2, 3, come on!
Assalamualaikum Dr. Dini and our classmates, and very good days to Mr. Pradeep Raj and Mr. Uchaya Kumar. Today, we from Group 3 will present about age. My parts, I will present about introduction and theory. Madam Fazrin will explain about use as a target group of the project Malaysia use policy, use characteristic and timeline, and then Madam Azli will explain about need analysis, project detail, and summary of the project. And the last is about our reflection. As diversity in counselling, we live in a diverse society, and in order to counsel ethically and effectively, it is important that we are mindful of how diversity and different impact on our clients, our profession, our own life, and the therapeutic relationship we form with clients. This understanding helps us to navigate and work with the challenge and the benefit with individuality exists within a diverse society. Diversity is often understood to refer to the presence of particular differences between individuals in a group of people or a society. Okay, about their theory of life. Span 1 about Donnersberg career theory. Okay, lifestyle factors. According to the super, lifestyle factors such as environment, situation determinants, personal determinants, such as psychological, biological. These three factors is about a super theory explanation. Okay, in super there are life roles from born to die. Okay, okay, according to super types, one is about growth from birth to 14 years old. And next stage, exploration. Exploration means with the age from 15 years old to 24 years old. And third stage is establishment from 25 years old to 44 years old. This, and then the next stage is about maintenance. In 45 years old to 64 years old. This is about life rainbow according to super. And then decline, his stage on in 25 years old has a decline. Okay, this is about role, life role, such as has a child, has a student, a leisure, citizen, worker, homemaker, or parent. This is about super theory. The next theory is about theory of lifespan. The second part is about ERICKSON theory. Okay, ERICKSON theory and psychosocial development. ERICKSON have a 8 stage of psychosocial development. Okay. According to ERICKSON, okay, the first one is First stage is about infant. Okay, infant in this stage is trust and mistrust. Okay, the second stage when a toddler 18 months to 3 years, and then prescholar 3 years to 5 years old, and then grade scholar. This stage from 5 years old to 13 years old. After that, teenager 13 years old to 21st years old. This is about identity and control with role confusion. And then the next about young adult. Young adult from 21st years old to 39 years old. This stage is intimacy versus isolation. Okay, the seventh stage is middle age adult. This is a generativity vs stagnation. From 40 years old to 65 years old, and then older adult according ERICKSON from 25 years old and above. Okay. The another one theory of lifespan is PIAGES, theory on cognitive development. According him, there are 4 stages: sensory motor, pre-operational, concrete operational, and formal operational. Okay. According to him, what happened in sensory motor? Such as a coordination of sense with motor response, sensory about the world, language. Okay. Next, about stage pre-operational. What happened? Okay. Symbolic thinking, use proper syntax and grammar to express concept. This is from 2 years old to 7 years old. And then, what happened to concrete operational? For example, in concrete operational, concept attached to concrete situation, time, space, and quantity. This stage is from 7 years old to 11 years old. And the fourth, the last stage is about formal operational. What happened in this stage? This stage is such as theoretical, hypothetical, and they have a strategy and planning become possible. This session is from 11 years old and above. The another theory is Daniel Davidson. Daniel Davidson's eras of adult development. Okay. According to Daniel Davidson, the age until 17 years old is childhood and adolescence. Okay. After that, early adulthood transition age 17 to 22nd. This is and then a conception pra-adulthood. This age in 22nd, and then from age 22nd to 45 years old, this is a early adulthood stage. And then in this theory, midlife transition from age 40 years old to 45 years old, and then middle adulthood age from 40 to 65 years old, and then late adult transition is from age 60 to 65 years old, and then above 65 years old is stage late adulthood. Okay. Another famous theory is Maslow needs. Okay, Maslow theories of need is often described in the form of a pyramid. The lowest level of need is the most basic human need. And then while the level of human need is the most complex level human need at the top of the pyramid. This is what Maslow have a 5 categories of uh, people needs. Okay, the according Maslow, the law is about physiological, and then the second part is about safety, and third important is um, not important. The third stage is about love and belonging, and then the fourth is about self-esteem, and then the more complicated is about self-actualization. Okay. As Rogers, Maslow emphasized self-actualization is the most important in the human being life. The five stage of psychosexual development according to Freud. This is a characteristic of the formation of human personality from the beginning. According to Freud, from the stage 1 is from oral, from the birth to 2 years old. Infant achieve. Okay, and then the second about anal stage from 2 to 3 years old, and then the stage 3 about phallic stage, and 4 latency, and 5th about genital. Okay.
Thank you, Madam Asma, for the great explanation. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and a very good morning to the Honorable Lecturer, Dr. Dini, and my fellow friends. Okay, so now I would like to continue our group presentation, and to begin with the reason why we choose youth as the target group of the project. Okay, the youth play a great role in nation building. It has the power to help a country develop and move toward progress. The youth of a country determine the future of a nation because they are young, full of energy, and educated with rationality as their ultimate belief. Youth is the period of transition between adolescence and adulthood. Adolescents who are entering adulthood are going through many changes, for example, physical, intellectual, personality, and social development. According to Islam, youth related with the age at which age reaches puberty and perfect intellect as determining factor. The process of entering adulthood entails conscious and unconscious decisions which are both affected by the family setting, school, and work. Al-Ghazali, 1976, defined youth as those who reach puberty when they have been considered to have a perfect mind and mature mind development to master something on their own. Next, we go to the Malaysians population 2021. According to Department of Statistics Malaysia, Malaysian population 2021 is estimated at 32.7 million as compared to 32.6 million in 2020, with annual growth rate 0.2%. The decline in the percentage of the population growth rate was due to the closure of national borders during the Movement Control Order (MCO) following the spread of the COVID-19 pandemic worldwide. The male population outnumbered the female with 16.8 million and 15.9 million respectively. In terms of the age structure, the percentage of population aged 0 to 14 years, this is young age, in 2021 decreased to 23% compared to 23.3% in 2020. Meanwhile, the percentage of the population aged from 15 to 64 years, which is working age, also decreased from 69.7% in 2020 to 69.6% in 2021. This is due to the decline in the non-citizen population, which mostly from foreign workers. The percentage of the population aged 95 and above, this is old age, increased from 7% to 7.4% for the same period. The median age is also increased from 29.3 in year 2020 to 29.6 in year 2021. For the economic activity of a population as a whole depend on the demographic characteristic of a population. Those who are economically active are known as labor force participation rates. The labor force participation rates is defined as the proportion of the population in the labor force to the total population of working age, which is from 15 to 64 years. Source from Labour Force Surveys, Department of Statistics Malaysia. Whereas in 2021, according to data in 2021, the total population in the age category of 15 to 30 is 9,794. For age 15 to 40 is 15,061, while the age from 0 to 95 and above is 32,584. Okay, following is the generation gap. A generation gap refers to the gap that separates the beliefs and behaviors belonging to members of different generations. Each generation has its own characteristics regarding language, technological influences, workplace attitudes, general consciousness, and ways of life. It is because the increase in life expectancies, rapid changes in society, and the mobility of society. It results in conflict and misunderstanding between generations. The table here shows the different characteristics of different generations from maturities which born before to 1945 to the baby boomers which born from 1946 to 1960 to Generation X born from 1961 until 1980 to Generation X, which born from 1981 to 1995 to finally Generation Z, which born from 1995 and after. Okay, in terms of aspirations, attitude towards technology, attitude towards career, signature products, and communication media. The maturities or silent generation, they are more traditional and rule-following than the baby boomers. The baby boomers witnessed increasing social and economically equality and came to the ages. The country was split by differing views on politics, war, and social justice. For Generation X, they grew up with emerging technologies and political and institutional incompetence, and they observed major technological advancements, for example, fax machine as the way of communication. And for Gen Y or millennials, they have known cable TV, pages, answering machines, laptop and computer, and also video games. They are the generation that bridge the gap of growing up in a world before and after the internet. And finally, the Gen X, a generation that grew up with the internet as a given, unaware of a world without email, instant access to information, a mobile phone. Now we include a video on generation gap for your further understanding. Okay, next is Malaysia Youth Policy from 2015 to 2035, the MYP. Okay, the Malaysia Youth Policy is aimed to maximize the potential of every youth and to strengthening the human capital and the potential of youth as the driver for the future strategic development accordance to Federal Constitution. Okay, the goal is to increase the involvement of youth as responsible person in the initiative at the national, regional, and international levels, to highlight the potential of each individual youth by celebrating everyone's diversity and differences, and to expand the access to priority areas and youth development initiative for the benefits of all target groups. So there are four concepts of MYP to address those challenges. The first one is the age limit, which is equivalent to the international standards. The second concept is the holistic and based on the federal constitution and Rukun Negara. The third concept is futuristic, relevant, and up to date. And the fourth concept is across implementation and generation. For the age limit, for the first concept, the age limit definition is important in measuring the result of actual output of the youth achievement at regional, commonwealth, and international level. In Malaysia, youth is defined as a person not less than 15 years and not more than 40 years old. However, in Malaysia Youth Policy, the definition of youth is to between 15 to 30. Okay. In the second concept, the holistic and in the second concept, the youth development is based on the federal constitution and national principle. Focus were given to strengthen and highlight the youth potential and positive future development. Youth target group were categorized into three age groups to increase the access development program to the specific target group, which are early youth from 15 to 18, middle youth from 19 to 24, and late youth from 25 to 30. And the 8 youth target groups, the first one is youth at school, the second one is youth at higher education, the third one is career youth, the fourth one is youth group, the fifth one is youth at large, the sixth one is the international Malaysia youth, the seventh one is the marginalized and minority group, while the final is youth at risk. For the third concept, MYP is a policy that view long-term future 30 years. At the same time, the implementation of youth development should always be relevant and up to date with the current needs of youth. And the final concept, across implementation and generation. This concept is the resolutions to ensure the youth development in the country is executed together based on the function and the capabilities of each implementer. There are 10 stakeholder or youth development implementing group, which are family, community, NGOs, Ministry of Youth and Sport and federal agencies, state government, education and research institute, media, public and private link company or GLC, the political leadership, and youth NGO and individual youth. There are 5 phases under the across generation concept. Okay, which are the first phase is marriage institutions, which begins from the selection of partner for marriage and wedding. The second phase is children, from the mother's womb to 14 years. The third phase is youth, from 15 to 30 years. The fourth phase is adult, from 30 to 59, and finally the final phase is senior citizen, from 60 and above. From the perspective of youth development, all effort during youth age is considered as encouragement strategy, and enforcing and and highlight the youth potential, the action that has been taken before youth feast is categorized as the intervention strategy. Meanwhile, the impact of the encouragement strategy and the intervention can be seen during adults and senior citizen age, whereby any effort to improve is termed as post-youth strategy. Okay, finally is the youth characteristic. From an Islamic perspective by Hassan al-Banna, there are 4 characters which are strong faith, sincere soul, strong spirit, and continuous charity. For the strong faith, the formation of faith can be done through continuous education and upbringing, which is tarbiyah, especially to adolescents, to prevent them from being influenced by ideologies that are different from Islam. Second is the sincere soul. Sincerity is a sign of acceptance of charity. Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala will accept a deed if it fulfills 2 conditions, which is the sincerity and the strictness of attention, and the act must coincide with the Sharia and Sunnah. This for the strong spirit. According to Al-Qardawi, 1993, the concept of spirit is implemented such as the strength and eruption of the revolutionary movement in achieving the goal of Islamic life. Ustaziyatul Alam, which Islam as a world reference. And finally, the continuous charity. According to Said Hawa 2005, doing good deeds with pious deeds must be done with true faith. It is one of the factors for strengthening confidence and strength in Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala, in upholding the religion of Islamic and forming a comprehensive Islamic state.
Assalamualaikum and hi, good morning everyone. Thank you Cikgu Asma and my friend Fazrin for the presentation just now. Next, I would like to share about our journey and the timeline of the project plan and implementation. Okay, we begin on the 21st of October, where the task given by Dr. Dini. Then we have group discussion along the October to November, and then we conduct an analysis on 22nd. After that, we analyze and planning the program activities, and then we also have a site visit on 3rd December. After that, we implement on 12th December and preparing the report until today is the presentation day on the 30th of December. Okay, firstly, we do brainstorming by analyze the task and identify the requirement for the project. In this process, we identify the target group of the project and what kind of need analysis that we want to conduct. Okay, after finalize the target group, we run a need analysis on the 22nd of November 2001. Okay, the need analysis is conducted by using a survey form. The form is developed by the group members based on the online sources. It consists of 26 items, and we're using Likert scale from strongly agree to strongly disagree scale. Okay. The need analysis is conducted randomly on 43 respondent sample at the age of 15 to 19. Okay, referring to the need analysis, we came out with a finding. The data from the survey is analyzed by using Microsoft Excel. From the 26 items in the need analysis of youth, we filter only the top 10 highest score for the answer strongly agree, indicators of 1, and agree, indicators of 2. Means the scale is 1 and 2, we calculate and summarize to get the top 10 highest needs. Okay, referring to the result, we developed a project that consists of element in biopsycho spiritual. Okay, the need that we highlight is I need to help understanding in my style. I need to help planning my option for after the finish school. I need help understanding the best career option. I need help improving my test taking skills. I need help improving my study skills. I need help managing my time better. I need help to develop skill and resolve conflicts. I need help to getting along better with family members. I need help developing self-confidence, and finally, I need help improving my communication skills. Okay, he approached several venue to conduct the program activity, but due to COVID-19, most of the schools and IPT cannot welcome us. Finally, we received a positive feedback from Polytechnic Presention. So we went to site visit and discussion on the 3rd December. Okay, this is the project implementation. We were on 12th December 2021. The participant on that day is very sporting, cheerful, and energetic. They also give a full commitment and cooperation in all activities. They are also very focused and concentrate in every activity. This is activity of art therapy.
Rai itu kan lebih tinggi daripada isteri. Kau nak bohong dengan doktor yang belajar lidik bertahun-tahun.
Okay, actually at the beginning, when we decide to conduct this program, we have set a few goals and objectives. Firstly, we want to help the clients to identify the level of mental health that they are facing and help them to maintain a good levels. We also want to provide psycho-educational programs through career guidance and enhancement, as well as examine the client's career interests. And besides, we also want to provide guidance and counseling to the clients with social problems. Okay, at the end of the day, we had achieved outcome where we had raised the participant awareness of the importance of having good and mental health, and then we also able to guide the participant to adopt a healthy lifestyle both physically and spiritually. Finally, we also increase the motivation and the resilience of the participants in facing their social challenge in their life. Okay, this program consists of few modules. Part of that is Islamic psychotherapy, art therapy, resiliency module, and also the social prevention and intervention in drug abuse according to law and ethics. Okay, in addition, we also conduct a pre and post examination on the youth resiliency using instrument of SDTR, skala daya tindak remaja. Okay, I think that's all the summary of our project on that day. Next, we move to the reflection of the program. It begins with the presentation by Cikgu Asma. Thank you. Okay, Assalamualaikum again. This video is just now is part of group presentation during the program. For me, as a youth in sports officer working at Kementerian Belia dan Sukan, before this I have a little experience working with youth this age of group. Based on my experience, youth needs explored and guided. They also need skills, soft skills, every single aspect of life they need skills, and they need love and care. They also need inspiration, motivation, power, appreciation, spiritual support, respect, and also freedom. About interest, I found that youth nowadays they interested in social interaction, in personality development, trending and style, and then they also are interested in healthy lifestyle, healthy relationship. They also interested to a challenge, and then they also interested for a future career as well as stabilization of life. And besides, also they interested in fun and entertainment. Okay, For me, I think as a trainer and a beginner in counselling, I have a perspective on what the counsellor should consider in age diversity in counselling, especially when we focus on the youth. Firstly, I think a counsellor have to understand the changing landscape in a job nowadays. Besides, counsellor also need to aim for the adaptability and critical thinking that experienced by the youth. In addition, the counsellor also must be familiarized with the trends of the age group. And finally, the counsellor must identify and cope with the generation gap, as mentioned by my friend just now, Fazrin, about the generation gaps nowadays.
Kita satu ilham ataupun satu cahaya petunjuk kepada kita untuk selesaikan masalah tersebut. Okey.
Alhamdulillah, on 12 December 2021, on Sunday, our group went to Polytechnic, Port Dickson, and done our program at there. So I got a case study. The name is about Sarina. Okay, Sarina is 19 years old. She was a Malay mixed Chinese. She was Muslim. She came from Negeri Sembilan. Her course is Diploma Mechanical Engineering. Okay. What's about her problem? Client has a teenager and at the same time has a student, and at the same time she was work part time as a promoter at a shopping complex, one of the shopping complex. So the client has a management time problem. The client had to work part time to continue her studies. The client is the eldest of 4 siblings. Her father is ill and abandoned, bedridden. Only her mother's work as security guards. The client requests Majlis Agama Islam Negeri Sembilan scholarship, but still waiting, and client said she has a Chinese best friend at that polytechnic. So according to her case, I have discussed with her, and Alhamdulillah, finally she got insight how to overcome her problem. Okay, this is about her drawing, love, about her feeling at that day, and then this is a bridge. She took her in blue who help others, even she is in danger. Okay, this is about SDTR score for this client. Before program, her score is 190. After program, her score is 270 program. Her feeling is very happy and grateful with this program, and this is about my case study. Thank you, and my friend will continue.
Okay, for my reflection, the program with youth, especially with PD Polytechnic students, was my first experience doing project with youth. From my observation, the students are enthusiastic, approachable, skilled in various fields, creative, love entertainment, passionate in following every activities, love motivational activities, need love and love appreciation and guidance. They are also easily influenced by peers. Okay, in these opportunities, I would like to share my experience with my friends conducting program with residents Sekolah Tunas Bakti, whereby they was from same age group. We are doing the program on 22nd November 2021. Okay, these residents are from different socio-economic background. Most of them are from marginalized families. They are poor because some of their parents' jobs are affected by MCO. Some of their parents were divorced and their children did not get proper attention. Some of the children did not go to school because they need to work for a living. Some of them are from poor immigrant families. These youngsters are exposed to opportunities and friends involved in criminal activities. Thus, some of them are involved in drug addiction, robbery, burglary, and obscenity. As a new person in counseling, at first I had a sense of prejudice on how I would handle these kids. They are juvenile criminals. But as my friends and I go through the program, we begin the session with ice breaking. Then we can see that these youngsters can follow and participate all the program accordingly. When it comes to a group session, when it comes to a group counseling sessions, when trying to communicate, at first it is a bit difficult to talk. Still, after a few rounds, they will feel confident. They express their feelings and their problem and challenge faced make me aware and realize that every person is unique. They have a life journey that is different from mine. Therefore, I cannot judge others by the look or status. Some of them cannot even spell and write. However, these people still have bright hopes if they can change in the future. They are desperately need family and community support. Furthermore, from my observation on their attitudes, they love entertainment. They lack of self-confidence, shyness, they have low self-esteem, and they are sensitive and lack of love and attention, and they desperately need guidance and tutoring. The stereotype for juvenile delinquency. Usually, delinquent juveniles prefer to resist authority, boredom, restlessness, and daydreaming in high school. But this program successfully get their attention and participation, even though there are some characteristics such as hyperactivities and aggressiveness, but overall, they show good behavior along the entire program. Okay, for the case study, my client is 18 years old. He is from Negeri Sembilan. He is a Malay Muslim and he is from Polytechnic PD. The issue is he is a gamer. He is active in social media, a keyboard warrior and a consultant, but only in social media. He has issue with the course taken, but he did not have any other suitable choice. Therefore, he will try his best. In the real life, he has difficulty in finding a good friend and felt lonely. He did not have the confidence to communicate with others. As I asked further, I found out there is four points he become like this. Okay, first is lack of attention. Most of the time, he stay at home in front of his computer because his parents are working and other siblings are doing their own business. So as a result, because parents are working, they pay less attention to their children. So to alleviate the feeling of loneliness, he preferred to express it on social media. Now, second point, he have no friends and feel lonely. When he has no friends, he become a keyboard warrior. He find friends to communicate from social media. His lack of confidence to deal face to face because he find that difficult to find true friends which is free from materialistic personality. The third point is shy. Overly shy attitude is one of the reasons why he become a keyboard warrior. He only dare to write comment or express everything in the social media and afraid to face reality. He feels shame to talk to stranger. As a result, he did not know how to establish relationship with others. And a final point is he want more attention. Because of less family attention, he become keyboard warrior to get more attention from others. From my observation for client's personality, he is unique, internet savvy, gamers, creative, honest, and humble. Through one of the activity, the coloring activity, he portrayed himself as a survivor and constantly struggling to achieve his goals. In some other activity, according to his friend comments, he is creative, humble, and honest. He got moral support from his family, from his friends, and feels appreciated and much better after that activity. Refer to need analysis, the client needs to learn interpersonal skills, especially communication skills, and develop self-confidence to deal with others in the real world. However, he did very well in the program, and he was able to participate and overcome his weakness regarding self-confidence. The thing he needs more time to spend with family and friends rather than spending more time in front of his computer. Okay, the final part is feedback from participants. Okay, we get positive feedback from the clients. They said they are happy, improved confidence, highly motivated, and love to have more seamless activities in the future. From pre and post analysis, we can see the improvement on the participants, and they said they really love this kind of activities to release their stress and improve their cooperation and teamwork. That's all from me, and I will pass to the next presenter. Thank you.
Setiap orang ada kebolehan masing-masing, ada power masing-masing. Power ni infinity sangat, tak terkira. Tak, kalau orang kata 10 per 10, kami lebih daripada 10. Tak terkira sangat. Benar lah, nak kata 10 macam infinity sangat, macam tu lah kita. That's why kami letak Infinity War. Dan war ni apa? War ni kami sangat suka berperang. Berperang dengan anak-anak seperti kalian. Kami sangat dicabar kalau kalian lebih kepada kami. Ini Avengers. Okey, itu saja. Dan tema kami ialah 1, 2, 3. Mak panggil.
Okay, in this reflection part, I would like to share about the case study for my client named MEGAT. It's not a real name. MEGAT is 19 years old. He's from Negeri Sembilan. He is Malay and Muslim. The issue for MEGAT is his father made choice for him on the course of the study that is against with his interest. Actually, currently MEGAT is in electrical engineering course. However, his interested is to bake. He really want to be a baker and study in culinary art. Okay, he feel unsatisfied but have to obey to his father. As what we understand in Malaysia culture, most of the kids, most of the children, they are very polite and obey to their parents. Okay, this situation drive him unmotivated and lack of confidence in his study. Okay, this is a score for MEGAT SDTR scale at the pre and post program. He scored 205 before the program start, and he scored increase of 235 after the program ends. According to the indicator, the low score is below 201, while the highest score is above 202. Okay, one of the activity and resiliency module where the participants were asking to write letters to their friends and express their thought of positive and negative attitude of their friends. Okay, here is part of the positive letters received by MEGAT from the group members. Okay, they send him positive words and support him to gain strength in his study. They also pray for his successfulness in the future. Okay, as a conclusion, I would like to share on the notes addressed by the Association for Multicultural Counselling and Development, AMCD. Okay, firstly is they found that counselor awareness of own culture, values and biases. Okay, counselor must be organized, must be cognizant of any culture, values or bias that they possesses and recognize their limits of practice. Okay, the secondly is counselor awareness of client worldview. Counselor must recognize that their client's worldview is different than their own. And finally is culturally appropriate intervention strategies, whereby counselor have to understand the characteristic of the therapy and it impacts on the culture group. I think this is our reference, and finally that's all from our group today. Every good is from Allah, and of course the lack of this presentation is from us. Thank you from me and my friends. Assalamualaikum.